What's up, Facebook and YouTube? Brother Sanchez speaking. I'm a little bit under the weather today, but we gonna knock this one on out with no problems, and we gonna go on rush through this thing and free your doggone mind. Now, a lot of people out there listen to Drake, but they have no idea. None of these Drake fans can stand up here and tell you what all of this sits crap mean. They'll stand up there and make some up out the side of their neck like a fool. Now, by the end of this video, hopefully Brother Sanchez will been to free your mind, and you'll have an understanding of all this six symbology that your boy keep waving around in your face. What does it mean to be the six god? While every hand gesture the man hold up dealing with a six. Now, it's a lot to understand about Drake, and I know you probably saw many videos like this, but nobody gonna break it down the way Brother Sanchez about to break it down for you here today. So stay with me and let me free your doggone mind. Now, before we get into any of this, let me break down to you the meaning of the name Drake. Okay, what does the name Drake mean? Okay, the name Drake derived from the English surname in Old Norse Draki, or the Old English given name Draka. Both of these names mean dragon. Now keep that in mind, because that's going to come into play as we move further into this video. Stay with me. Now, the name Drake in Middle English means dragon or Satan. I'm going to say that again. The name Drake in Middle English means Satan or dragon. All right. From Old English Draka, dragon, the sea monster, the huge serpent. All right. From the Proto-Germanic Draco or dragon. So the name Drake or Draki or Draka or Drakon or Drago in the Proto-Germanic means dragon. In the Middle English, it means Satan. We all know Satan is the dragon. He is the red dragon who fell from heaven and came to the earth to deceive all of humanity. Now, that's the Christian concept, which is true. Now, even though I'm not a Christian, there is truth to all mythology, and I will be doing a video in the future dealing with just mythology and how to decode mythology. All right, but let's stay on track and deal with your boy Drizzy right now. So we've already established the fact that the name Drake means Satan. It means the dragon. All right, now let's move on. Okay, now with that being established, let's deal with it on the astrological level. The soul urge number associated with the name Drake is 6. Okay, people that's associated with the name Drake tend to be creative and excellent at expressing themselves. They are drawn to the arts and often enjoy life immensely. They are often the center of attention and enjoy careers that put them in the limelight. So according to his astrology, everything is adding up so far. Let's continue, okay? People associated with the name Drake tend to become involved in many different activities and are sometimes reckless with both their energies and with money. Now, that also kind of explains this YOLO concept that we see him putting out there. And we'll talk a little bit more about the YOLO concept here in a minute, but let's keep it moving now. So we just dealt with a little bit of astrology on the name Drake, and it all added up. But now let's hop back over to the name itself, y'all. So the name Drake means dragon. It means Satan. Now, to me, that's kind of weird right there, especially when you see the brother keep flashing these sixes around. Now, the dragon, or Lucifer, was an angel that was kicked out of heaven according to Christians. But what we must understand about Lucifer is that he was the most beautiful angel in heaven, and he also was the ruler of music in heaven. It was said that Lucifer had the power to make his voice sound like a choir of 1,000,000 singers all by himself. It was also said that his voice covered the full spectrum of sound and could even make the sound of every instrument in existence. This is kind of weird because the rapper Drake has a very melodic singing ability that seduced us all when he first came onto the scene. But he also is one of the greatest lyricists of our time. In other words, he has a very profound duality of singing and rapping, granted the fact that he also steals most of his lyrics from older rappers. Now, every time we turn around, Drake flashing a 6 in our face with his hand gestures. Every other song we hear from Drake is 6 this or 6 that. You know, for example, 6 God, 6 man, star 6-7, you and the 6 p.m. in New York. Y'all think it's just a marketing strategy? Drake just playing with us just to get some attention. Anybody thinking like that is very naive and got to be a fool. Now let me free your doggone mind. You want to know why the number 6 is so important and why you see it so much when you deal with the rapper Drake? Now, most don't understand that this is symbology and coded communication. Let's deal with the number 6 for a second. What you must understand about the number 6 is that it symbolizes the fallen star or the fallen angel. In Christianity, for example, it's the number of the Antichrist or the dragon. Now, keep in mind that the name Drake itself also means dragon. Two numbers you need to understand, the 6 and the 9. Now, let me break down to you the meanings. When you look at a 6 or a 9, they are both the same symbol, which is the spiral. The word spiral and spirit are related because spirits spawn in spirals. All life started from the spiral. Even when you look at the planets, you see the 360. The spiral is a very revered concept that we see acted out in nature, okay? So when you looking at the 6 or the 9, you looking at spirals, okay? And spiral is related to spirit. It's a revered concept that we see acted out in nature. For example, you see the spiral acted out in a hurricane. You see the spiral acted out in a tornado. You see spiders weaving their webs with the spiral concept. You also have a spiral at the crown of your head where your hair roots originated. Okay, enough about the spiral. Let me get into the reason why I brought that up in relation to the 6 and the 9 so we can go ahead and expose your boy Drizzy. Now, when we look at the 6 and the 9, which are both spirals, we must understand the duality to the spiral. All right. The 6 spirals downward and the 9 spirals upward. I'm going to repeat that again. The 6 spirals downward and the 9 spirals upward. This is important because this explains why the 6 represents the fallen star in Satan. The 6 represents Satan falling from grace and ruling the earth by spiraling downward from heaven. The entire planet is under the 6 energy today, and this is why death, war, corruption, and disease are all rampant, and we tend to pride ourselves in evil more than good. Also, when you look at a clock, you must consider where the number 6 is located on the clock. It's located at the bottom or downward. Now let's deal briefly with the 9. The 9, which can represent wholeness and completion, spirals upward. There are no other numbers after 9. After 9, your numbers begin to repeat themselves in pairs. So with 9 being the number of completion, it's easy to understand the fact that the 6 is a fallen 9 and is often looked upon as an evil number. The key is to get the masses from the 6 energy, which is hell on earth, and into the 9 energy, which is heaven on earth. But as you can see, rappers like Drake pride themselves in this 6 energy, and he was named Drake for a reason. As I explained earlier, Drake means dragon. What are dragons known for? Well, they spit fire from their mouths and destroy everything around them with that fire. The rapper singer Drake is a true dragon, and all rappers pride themselves in spitting fire, which is a force of destruction. Okay, so the name Drake, which means dragon, fits this rapper well, considering the fact that he does spit fire on the masses and destroy the mentality of the youth and even adults. One acronym that Drake is known for is the term YOLO, which means you only live once. This YOLO mindset is very destructive because it encourages those who partake in it to become more reckless in their behavior.
Hello and welcome to Face the Truth. I am Brother Barry Thompson. If I said to you YOLO and you're over the age of 25, the phrase might sound foreign to you. But for many under 25, this phrase has become a part of their everyday language. Now, what exactly is the term YOLO? Now, YOLO is an acronym which stands for You Only Live Once. And the phrase itself is nothing new, but the term YOLO achieved popularity when it was used in a rap song entitled The Motto by a young popular Canadian rapper named Drake. Now, after that song came out, the term YOLO took on a life of its own. Take a look at this.
People post up pictures all the time of people passed out, of people really wasted, people doing things they shouldn't be doing, and then they go, oh, you only live once.
YOLO is you only live once.
You only live once. Partying it up.
Kind of catchy sounding.
I heard someone tattooed YOLO on their wrist.
And I think it got popular on Twitter as a hashtag in order to kind of like justify some like crazy activities or something.
Sometimes I find people using it in very idiotic ways.
Why not just take this one little chance? What could go wrong? You know, I have so many days ahead of me to live.
You only live once, so anything that happened and anything that's happening in the present will soon be in the past, and so there's no reason to think about consequences down the road.
Like, chill, you know? It's your reputation out there. You got to take care of it.
Now, what does YOLO mean to a lot of young people today? Well, anything goes. It's living without limits, seizing the moment, enjoying the present as long as you like it, then just do it. And YOLO gives many an excuse to do whatever comes to mind without any concern about the consequences of their actions.